So basically, here's the deal. People that have never even viewed their scar or injury as anything that could be positive, just the realization that somebody else thinks that it could be of benefit, it could actually be an asset, it could be a positive in their life. That realization is actually just a huge win. It's kind of almost more of a revelation, because that's how I was. Oh man, I'm empty. Hey there guys, this is Greg Munchie with Path the Journeyman. Today we're going to talk about scars. What can you do about them? Both physical and emotional.
In 10 miles, turn left onto South Lincoln Road.
Oh, we're almost there! Oh yeah, I'm racing. I'm passing this guy. Oh yeah! Oh! Scar! Oh, I've got to turn my blinker off. Now I'm back in the other lane. Hasta la vista, baby! Okay guys, so lately I've been reading the book, The Obstacle is the Way. It really reminded me of something I went through in my life. And basically when I was 8 years old, I was involved in a massive car accident. It was a head-on collision. The whole family was involved. Luckily, no one died, which was, thank God for that. But basically, I had a fractured skull and was leaking brain fluid. It was not a pretty sight, and I'm going to give you the short part of the story, and we can go into more detail later when I have more time. But basically, I was kind of on death row, and I had to be rushed to the hospital. They had to put my skull back together, and they gave my parents the whole laydown of he might not be able to walk, talk, whatever, you know. Thankfully, thank God, I did make it out, and I could walk and I could talk. Took a long year of recovery, but I made it out. The problem was, now after this accident, I had a horrible scar across my head, which I was very self-conscious about. And growing up as a shy, very introverted kid, which introverted is not always a bad thing, but the whole combination of who I was at the time, it wasn't very healthy. But the cool thing was I had hair, and I kept it longer and I would cover it. But then, as I've said in my going bald video, at 17 I started to lose my hair until finally, you could see the scar all the way. The problem here was I was so self-conscious about it and so worried all the time. And it bothered me. It was emotionally a huge struggle. I thought that, honestly, I was some freak out of a book, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, name any character. That's like what I put myself, that level. That's the level I was at. And basically, not only was it just the physical part of the scar I had to deal with, but just the emotional part of it. I had people that would make comments, and especially when I started to try to do better in life and try to excel and become successful, people would sometimes pick out my scar. Even after, I did the shaving bald thing and all that, people would pick it out almost kind of as a low blow. But here's what I realized. The key people that actually have any right to say anything in your life and you should care about their opinion, all of them took the scar as a sign of overcoming. You see, the people that are actually important really notice that, hey, this guy as a kid, he went through whatever the doctors put out at him. He survived. He didn't become a statistic. He could walk. He could talk. And this is especially after I've told them my story. He didn't just give up and not recover. So basically, the right people understood, hey, this is a sign of overcoming. And when I met those key people, I started to realize, hey, this scar is not, that causes me so much emotional stress and pain. Not only is it really not that big of a deal, but it actually became my asset. To the right people, it showed, hey, this guy is tough. This guy can make it through hard times. If I have a project, I want to give it to him because I know he'll get it done. I know he'll endure through. It made people know that I was willing to go for the long haul and that I actually had the spirit and the will to fight. And there's something to be said for that. And the reason why I bring this up is that if any of you have scars you're dealing with, physical or emotional, you can make that your asset. Just like the book, The Obstacle is the Way, you can flip that and turn it into something that will propel you instead of holding you back. And I am especially talking to people that, hey, have been in car accidents and have physical injuries, and they show whether it's a scar or you've lost a leg or something. Look at people who have lost one of their appendages or went through something very physically enduring. And if that person made it through to the end, they're gold. You cannot convince them otherwise that they cannot make it through and not only just survive, but be better than the rest. So I challenge you guys today, whatever scars you have, turn them into an asset. Whatever physical problem you have, turn it into an asset. You can show people that you're hard and enduring, and also you can show that you care for others because you know what they've been through. People who have endured great pain sometimes understand more than others who haven't, because they've been there. They've been to the low point. I personally have a great compassion for people who have been through accidents and who have scars, and it helps me see things through their eyes. So I challenge you guys today, if you have a scar, I want you to make it your asset. I hope that this content helped you out. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell if you're on YouTube. Please go wherever this video is at into the description, and there will be a link to our website, paththejourneyman.com. Please sign up for our email list where you'll get content that we don't put anywhere else. And I hope you guys have an awesome, snazzy day. Stay classy. And you got to realize that, hey, I can turn this into a positive. Then it gets deeper into, okay, what do I practice to do that? Because it's, I know it's not easy to just say, oh, it's turn it into an asset, but just realizing that, hey, it's a positive thing to some people, and like I've turned it into a positive. It inspires others to think, hey, it can be an asset for me too. I just got to find a way to do that. But at least they get the mindset it's figure outable. Yeah. So that's the thing. Otherwise, before, there's no hope. They don't even, it's not even on their radar. They don't think, hey, that they can even change their life. Yeah. But when you get the realization of that actually turns the wheel of motion, and then they'll start to think, hey, how can I make this more positive? And the people that really matter in life and the truly successful ones, they'll see you for who you actually are, and they're not the people that when they see you doing something good, they want to tear you down. They want to be with a person like you. Then they're going to view that scar as a triumph. Like, they're going to see it as basically, here's a person that can overcome pretty much anything. Well, you do have to start shrugging off the wrong people, because one, some people are just mean and they take it as a cheap shot. But in the end, you're stronger than they are, because you've actually had to work for something. You've had to endure something. But not only are you more enduring than they are, but you're also more compassionate, because you've been in that place and you can be compassionate with the people that have been there. Yeah. So that's the difference, and it is hard though. You have to shrug off the naysayers, and in a way, you honestly don't want to hang out with them. You want to get away from them, especially if you're a little bit weaker in the beginning. You want to stay with the strongest people you can that are trying to build you up, not put you down.